to start to deliver salient, relevant content. But there are tons of data sources that we can start to pull from. We can pull from your Facebook profile. We can pull from who your friends are. We can pull from the CRM. And guess what? We should pull from all of those things. I don't know why that keeps doing that. What device am I on? Now, this is one I want to go back to the print industry specifically, because this is more than just, oh, hey, I should take content and make sure that it's mobile optimized. It's more than that, right? Because I can't tell you how many magazines I have seen that are going to go online. And the way that they do that is they have a magazine on the screen of your iPad, and all you got to do is touch the corner and drag across, and it'll turn the page. Yay, I have a magazine. It's just heavier, and it requires batteries, right? There's a different experience. The way that I consume data on my computer is different than the way that I would consume data on my smart television, is different than the way that I would consume data. I mean, even on my mobile devices, right? If you look at smart apps on Android versus iPhone, they're a little different. I mean, the buttons tend to be placed different. They tend to look a little different. Fundamentally, my experience needs to be different, and you need to take that into account. What are my activities online? Not just historically, not just, okay, which offers have I clicked on, not just what have I bought, but where have I gone on your web page? Where do I linger? What other websites do I visit? Where do I click on your web page? Where do I not click? And as we were talking about at breakfast this morning, what have I done on your website during this visit? You know what? If I'm all over your website browsing for pianos, stop telling me about other stuff. I'm clearly here to look for this. Start giving me more salient, more relevant information about that. Take what you know about my online activities and give me a more relevant message. And as much as you can, take what you know about my offline activities as well. Sorry, I had to use that picture. Hey, thank you. All right, so this is a lot of crap, right? A lot of information. Where do we go from here? Because you know what? I would hazard a guess that almost everybody in this room, if not everybody, has either been part of a management team in a company that sat down to create a mission statement, or has been part of a staff that had a mission statement roll out to them that was completely meaningless and not helpful. You know the kind I mean. We specifically deliver superior services to the masses and multitudes so that they can more efficiently semantically right? And you know what? Then we put it on a card so everybody can put it in their wallet, because otherwise there's no way in hell they're going to remember it, right? But they better live by it. One of the things that I feel like we did really well at 12 Horses was we distilled who we were into 4 words, right? Speed, power, intelligence, and creativity. That was our mission. That was it, right? Everything that we did had to focus on those. It had to encapsulate as many of those aspects as we could. Everything that we did, we had to figure out if we were doing it, faster than our competition, if we were more intelligent, more creative. And it really kept everybody's eyes on the mark so much more than we superiorly deliver blah, 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 right? So how do we take all the stuff that we've talked about here and distill it down into the 4 items that we can put in our little Boy Scout first aid kit so that we can figure out what the crap to do, right? Well, to me, that's a concept I like to call the 4 R's. And it's not reading, writing, arithmetic, and recess, by the way, if you were wondering. So the 4 R's really say, you know what? To make any of this make sense and to make any use of any of it, we need to understand fundamentally where communications is going is empowering the masses. They get to say more, they get to do more, they get on demand, they get on device. They're more powerful. They're an equal partner in this relationship. So what do they want and what do I want, right? Well, what they want is relevance. And we've talked about what relevance is. and we've talked about the aspects of relevance and how we can start to derive a message that is more relevant. And they want reliability and trust. This is one of the reasons that social marketing is so powerful. This is one of the reasons that people communicate with their friends, because they trust them more than they trust you, right? So this is what the public wants from Communications 3.0. What do you want as a marketer? Well, you want reach, right? We looked at that slide. Who hears your message? We want it to be more than whoever watches our commercial and looks at our billboards. We want it to be everybody that's talking to everybody everywhere about our stuff. We want to be on the lips of every conversation. The next thing that we want, and this one's interesting because it's not just a capability, this is a responsibility. And we better find the tools to do it, is the ability to react in real time, because that's the only way that we can achieve what they want, which is relevance, right? So where what we want and what the public wants overlap, that's the magic zone. That's where people fall in love with brands. And study after study after study has shown that as much as we talk about the differences between, the current generation and older generations, one of the huge differences is they shop based on brand affinity more than ever before. They're not only price conscious, they look at what that company represents, they look at the logo that they want on the back of their jeans, they look at what's cool or what's responsible. Where you can get these to overlap is where you start to connect. This is where you build brand affinity. This is where you build love. And this is where you sell your product. And that's the future of interactive marketing.
Steve, we have time for a couple of questions. Does anyone have any questions for Steve? In an hour. Any questions for Mr. Steve Spencer? Yes.
Steve, so with your clients, what are the services that they're most interested in? Is it having you teach them how to do social media internally with their own folks, or are they interested in outsourcing that? And what are the trends you're seeing there?
Well, sorry, let me just grab a drink real quick. I'm stalling, right? No, I'm not. Our company does a lot more than just social media. I mean, we do everything from your media buys to your SEO to your website. I would say in a general sense that what clients are doing is trying to embrace fragmentation, right? So more so than, you'll have a client that says, hey, how do I leverage social media? And you'll have another client who says, hey, I need an awesome pay-per-click campaign, and another one who wants SEO, and another one who has a good web portal, but they want consulting and biometrics and eyeball tracking so that they can figure out how to make their site more effective. The things like we just did a study on allergy medications, right? And found that women buy far more allergy medications for the family than men do. And we did a big study, and allergy medication websites that have green on them do a lot better. And allergy websites that have a picture of an infant in particular draw huge amounts of female eyeballs right on the infant. So you'll get more attention, and you'll, if you can put a salient message right there. So what all that means is companies are trying to figure out how to extend their reach. So fewer companies are saying, well, my strategy is a website, right? Or my strategy is commercials. It's not okay to do that anymore. No, your strategy is a website and your blog and Facebook and social widgets that can be shared out on people's blogs and their Facebook pages and in iGoogle Social and and a desktop presence if you're UPS so that people can track their packages real time. I mean, all of these things